Yeah, guys. So I guess I want to spend a little more time, see if we can keep this under 10 minutes. Spend a little more time talking about, this parasitic mind control. A few videos ago, I told you guys that the Matrix. I told y'all that movie was in part about talking about parasites. The movie The Matrix is about parasites. You know what I'm saying? And now that I know that, I'm really being watchful of people's behavior. You understand what I'm saying, guys? And when you rid your own, here's the thing, here's the kicker. When you rid your own body of these parasites, you're going to see the same thing I'm seeing. You're going to see how these parasites are controlling other people's minds and how serious it really is. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like, just, even though I figured that out, that I've only scratched the surface as to what these things can actually do. Because we always hear about parasites making their way up to the brain. You say, why would parasites even go to the brain anyway? Because they know because they know what they're doing. We have, I think 13 Son talked about a movie called The Puppet Masters, which I haven't even watched yet. It talks about how it connects to the host, get a hold of that brain, and you think in your own thoughts, and you think you think you're hungry for this certain type of food. You're really not. When you fast, you learn you start figuring out, hey, what you really want to eat, and you'd be surprised. You really don't even want to eat the stuff that you be eating. When you fast, you realize that. Now, one thing I realized, guys, I know these people are under parasitic control. I do things, you look at all the patterns, and when you do things in a repetitive fashion, day in and day out, you start to notice patterns. And you start to notice patterns, whereas it's almost like you become a scientist and you start running your own experiments. But it's really like I'm not even running experiments. It's just coming to me. I'm just open to receive it. I'm just awake enough to just look at it for what it is. I'll give you guys an example. I started noticing with people, places, and things that, when I do A, the person to do B. When I do B, the person to do A. And you ask yourself, now, how the hell is that even possible? Unless somebody knew what I was thinking, right? It's kind of like what I told y'all about that bunny that ran out in the street the other day. I told you guys that this thing, the way it ran out in the street, as well as other animals, and some of y'all know what I'm talking about. You hit an animal, it just went on a kamikaze mission, and you just happen to be the person to execute the mission. But the way the animal runs out, as if it's under remote control, because somehow it seems to know your own. And that's the thing too. You say, well, what do you mean by that rabbit knew what you was thinking? Well, the timing was just too on point, guys. I mean, the timing was so precise that you cannot tell me that an animal that I pretty much perceive to be an animal that runs from anything moving towards its way, all of a sudden can precisely time when it's going to be in front of somebody's front tire. You cannot tell me that that's not some kind of parasitic demonic control. Can't tell me. It don't make any sense. So I started noticing with people, I do A, they do B. And then when I do B, they do A. Now, how the hell is that even possible in the first place? Unless something's controlling these people's minds that's connected. I don't know. They could be connected to, 13 Son got a video about insectillions. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe I can leave a link with that. About how he talks about that everything is controlled by insects and with antennas. and stuff like that. You know, you look at all the antennas around you, but you know, that comes from insects. Antennas come from insects. So who's really controlling who? Like insects is. That's why it's so important to detox them things out your body, parasites and stuff. I mean, they got antennas too. When you look at parasites, some of them have antennas, if I'm not mistaken. Very serious stuff, guys. And so when somebody like myself picks up these patterns, and I notice that when I do A, people do B, and all of a sudden I switch to B and people do A. I mean, guys, it's like that whole thing. You be looking for somebody. It's like what they say about let the game come to you. It's the same philosophy, except, you know, we're talking about mind control here. Okay, we're talking about mind control. So let's say I did an experiment where for 1,000 times I was looking for these individuals, and I had to literally could not even get to them. Like, I'm looking for them. Then all of a sudden, when I figure out a way, listen to what I'm saying, guys. When I figured out a way not to look for them anymore, or when I just plain stopped looking for them, they all looking for me now. And I got the data, I got the receipts that say that's not what these motherfuckers did. I always had to look for them. As a matter of fact, I had to look for them so much, it irritated me so bad that's why I stopped looking for them. As soon as I switched it up, they switched it up, guys. Now, you cannot tell me that these people got their own mind out here. They don't got their own mind. I know that for sure now. Can't nobody tell me shit. That's why I enjoy my solitude, because I know these people don't got their own mind. I know for sure. I got the data. I got the receipts. I know for sure. They don't have their own mind. Something else controlling their mind. And the people who have their own mind, they call those people weirdos. Go figure. Because you got your own mind. Oh, that person is weird. Why? Because I got control of my own brain. It's kind of freaky, man. I'm telling y'all, man. It's you know, it's kind of freaky, you know, especially when you see it for what it is. It's kind of troubling. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. It's kind of troubling. See, that's why I enjoy being isolated. I mean, I'm talking about guys spent more than 1,000 times looking for these people, can never get to them. Like they be running from me. As soon as I stop looking for these motherfuckers, they looking for me, calling me, everything. They looking for me. I said, get the fuck out of here. That's not how shit goes. I said, what changed, man? Did I change it, or is just something else controlling these motherfuckers that can in part read my mind somewhat, especially when it has to do with food, guys. Especially when it has to do with food. So I'm gonna see if I can find that 13 Sun video about the insects, guys, the insectillions, and what this shit is really ran by. And that's all I gotta say about this. Check out the link if it's there. Talk to y'all later. Peace.